Hello, I've got something to show you and something to tell you. Let's start with the telling. First of all, it was 5 weeks ago today that Nat wanted to record me as a continuation of the Nat'n'Jodie vlog, but it was the day that I was having a mushroom ceremony. Yes, we do psychedelics, and there are reasons for it. We call it medicine. It is not a recreational thing. It is definitely a diving into consciousness, accessing our higher self, all that kind of wonderful stuff. I'll let Nat talk about her experience, which happened the day after mine. But I'm really glad I didn't film back then, but somehow 5 weeks has just disappeared. But a shit ton has happened in that time, including what I'm about to show you. So there's an ad in Australia that says, I can't show you his face, but here's Nat at her new office setup. It's all happening here. I'll show you quickly around. There's a TV screen there and a TV screen there. That one's our TV. This one is the TV that came with our rental, but it's a great extra monitor. It's actually a very flash and expensive smart TV that we're using as a screen monitor for Nat's trading. But Nat, would you like to join me up here and tell us a little bit about what's been happening in the last few weeks? Actually, I might just turn the video around while you get up there. All right, I think that'll do.
G'day. Oh my God, it's been 5 weeks. Where were we?
I don't know how that happened.
That's because she wouldn't let me film her shroom ceremony. I did try.
It was very private. I felt into it. It felt true for me to not record what I was about to go through.
I know. Yeah, they are. We do treat them as medicine, as Jodie said, because they're really important ceremonies for us. And I don't know, I just really gel with it. That was my 4th time doing it.
My second.
Second time for you. So just so many insights from bypassing the ego and just getting straight to the guts of it. So yeah, we've created a little ritual around it with another friend of ours, Angelito. And it's our thing right now. So yeah, we're getting lots of insights.
Yeah, I mean, it's been well over 6 months. It was probably like 7 months or something since our last shroom experience. But yeah, it was really necessary at this time. And, you know, just to recap over what had happened and how much has changed since we first started or, you know, resurrected this channel to be our vlog. 1st of January 2025, we were on this mission to hit the road and have an RV lifestyle, but oh my word, a lot has happened. It is now August, and we've just missed the last 5 weeks, but we want to catch you up on that. So ultimately, it started with the shroom ceremony, and even that week, like in order to fully integrate what we see, what we get insights on, what we feel, you know, didn't feel to share that week. That was fine until the Friday came around.
Then everything changed on our house set. So if you recall from our previous couple of videos, we were looking after 2 older dogs on our house set. It was a 5-week house set in a 4-story house, like a genuine 4 stories of house. And I was still integrating and doing lots of things.
Well, you're actually facilitating for a friend as well.
I was facilitating. That's actually what I was doing that day. So I was down the road facilitating, and Jodie went home. Luckily, because just as she got home to move our truck that we had to move, the dog started having a fit, an epileptic fit. A seizure. And he was really, really bad. So because we're in a 4-story house, he couldn't walk down the stairs. We were literally stuck on the entry level, which has nothing other than a carport, like a garage, an outside area, and just the walkway.
And no railing down the stairs.
That none of the stairs had railings. So it was just really, really tough to know what to do with him. So we ended up taking him outside because he got to the stage where he was frothing at the mouth.
And he kept ticking.
But he kept ticking all the time. So there was stuff just going everywhere. So we got him out there, and he was out there for probably about 40 minutes or so. And then we got in touch with the owner, and he got in touch with the vet here. And she said, you need to take him inside into the darkness. And we're like, oh crap, I don't know how we're even going to do that.
Yeah, but it makes sense because this, I mean, I've known for years epilepsy is triggered by the light. And it just made sense that we needed to get him into darkness.
Yep. So we got him settled on that level. We're
Blankets
putting
and
blankets
towels
all over
and
the stairs
trying to
above
stop
us.
the light. And it literally was the only day that had bright sunlight that
Yeah.
whole week. It had been
raining.
raining and dark, and this day the sun came out.
I know, it's crazy. So anyway, he lasted for a long time, probably a good 12 hours or so, where he was still ticking. And we managed to get him downstairs to the bottom level where we couldn't even get him outside because there was another set of stairs to get down
Yeah.
for him to go and pee. So we got him out into the courtyard, which normally he doesn't go to the toilet in. So that was very difficult for him. He ended up peeing all over the floor.
And the poor bugger, you could see the pride.
Oh,
He was just so embarrassed. He didn't want to do that, but I mean, he had to.
Yeah, it was just really, when it's not your own dog, it's so tough to see them go through that in the first place, but then also to know what to do with them, you know, and he was just so all over the show. He literally didn't know what was going on.
Finally understand the word discombobulated.
Yeah.
Like seeing him, he was completely discombobulated.
Yeah.
And so I slept downstairs with him. You took the other. We had to keep the dogs separated too.
Yes,
because
that was
the other
interesting
guy,
actually, because our other guy, 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗪, I had to Google it in the end, is like, do other dogs in the pack or in the family get aggressive against a dog that's having a fit? And they do, because they're scared. They don't know what's going on. And that's what happened. 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗪 was going at him, really full on outside. We had to get him separated into the garage, and then we sort of let him back in, and he's just like slobbering all over the grass trying to get to the dog. And it was just Capone. And it was just really, really tough to keep them separated all the time in the house for the next few days. And it was just like really full on. We literally looked after him for a week.
Yeah,
because he never came good again. The medication had to be increased, which meant that he was just really dazed all the time and just wandering. He would just wander round and around and around and around, like he just wouldn't
we were
settle.
just 24/7 clock type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, taking turns in who was with him, and you know, didn't want to leave him. I think the maximum we left him was just walking the other guy just to get out for a second, and you know, it was like 10 minutes or something. But so. Once the owners got home, we went and stayed with Angelito just down the road. And that first night was like, oh, relief. Woke up the next morning and just went, what are we doing? Like, why are we trying to still, you know, live this nomadic life? We've been stressing over what to do with our stuff. We've been stressing about where we're going to fill in the gaps, because we had a house sit booked in September all the way back from January. And it seemed to be that everything was revolving around the September house sit.
Free accommodation,
yeah,
we kept
free
saying to
accommodation,
ourselves.
Yeah. So I don't know, we unpacked it and just went, okay, let's maybe just look and see what's here. And the moment I opened up Facebook Marketplace, a listing came up that had only been posted like 7 minutes before, and it's just around the corner from our friends, and we came and saw it, and then I think that afternoon we came back for a second look, and we just went, yeah, we want it.
It's like, we'll take it. So
it was such flow compared to the months of mental disrupt. You know, we just couldn't seem to make a decision on anything. We kept sort of saying logically, why spend the money when we've got free accommodation for the most part, and then we're going to Australia, you know, for all of December? Why don't we just think about it next year? You know, we don't even know what's going to happen. Like, should we do this RV thing? Is it completely off the table? You know, what's happening? And then the RV thing was hilarious, because we've actually manifested
I forgot about
experience to be able to go and kind of test out what it's like to live in a camper van, because that was one of the options that we hadn't really wanted to do, but I think this is the best option for when we do eventually get to Europe.
Yeah, so a couple that were staying here just for a week or so, doing a retreat down the road with Angelito, and we got talking to them. They went, we've got an RV and it's just sitting in the driveway in Texas. You can have it.
Yep.
Drive wherever you want in the US. And we went, oh my God, okay, that would be so cool.
So that's something to
So next year I want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just so much that just started clicking into place with that one decision. And again, it probably would have come earlier if we hadn't have had that week of being full-time, you know, nurses for poor old Capone. He's still okay. Like
He's actually all right.
He's
Thank
got his
God.
medication sorted
We're
out now.
so glad when the owners got back, though, just so we could hand over that responsibility. And
Well, the reality is he's an old boy, and
Yeah.
he's not going to be around forever. Everyone knows that. But right now he's all settled and it's all
okay.
good. But it was tough to have our last week spent, in that capacity. But a great learning experience too. And we did learn a lot out of it. So I guess
some big insights, though.
Oh yeah, big insights.
By sitting and talking about getting a home base versus house sitting a bit here and there and trying to backfill and maybe go down to another couple of places in Mexico we haven't seen yet and all that sort of stuff, having to pay accommodation for that. In the attempt to save money, it's ended up costing us a fortune because we've not been able to do crypto trading or just get on with work, like doing these videos for a start.
Let me just show you again this beautiful setup of Nat's office here.
It's so nice having a big monitor. You can actually see the screen now and the trees. It's quite amazing. So, but yeah, I think that's been a really massive lesson for us is in the attempt to save money, it's actually cost us a lot more.
I think so.
So it's, we're happy now to be paying not a lot here. It's just
We'll talk about our whole house and show you around.
Yeah, we'll show you around. Maybe in the next video we'll show you around the house and talk a little bit more about it.
And the costs and some of the downfalls as well about
things you have to
quite often renting in Mexico, what you need to be aware of. But I guess the other gap in between those first couple of weeks and making the decision and then, moving in here and getting all of our stuff out of storage and putting it in here. And this was quite an over-furnished place, so we probably didn't need to have everything that we had, but we've made it work.
We've definitely made it work. It's actually been really good.
It feels amazing. And I should say that I'll say that for the next video. I was going to say there's just something so cool about this place, but we'll save it for the next video. So ultimately, it's another resurrection again of the Nat'n'Jodie vlog after a little bit of a gap. But we have been part of our friend's vlogger bootcamp, and he's challenged all the participants in this bootcamp to do 100 video challenge. We're going to step it up a notch and aim for 100 days. We'll see how we go. But either way, we can fit into the 100 video thing. But if it happens in 100 days, that'd be great. But ultimately, this video is the fork in the road as such, because Nat's going to continue doing the 100 video challenge here on the Nat'n'Jodie vlog. I will pop in.
You got me.
I will pop in every now and again. But I'm going to veer off and give all my attention to this amazing period in crypto, which happens every 4 years. And 4 years ago, we started our trading life, and we're now entering the exact same period that's only going to last a good few months. And 100 days feels about right, so I'm going to vlog that whole journey. Look over Nat's shoulder again and see how she's going with her trades.
She's gonna steal my trades.
I probably will. I'll let her do the work.
I'll do all the work.
No, so I'll be doing that on a different channel. So that's our Crypto Buddies channel, but Nat's challenge she'll tell you about in a future video. But I guess this is sort of the...
Yeah, just very briefly, it came about, I am going to do a 100-day challenge. It's not just about trading and vlogging. It's actually about exercise and getting my health right again, because I do have the big osteo. Now, I am not going to be talking about the big O very much more.
Maybe just call it the big O.
The big O.
When you don't need to talk about it.
Then you'll wonder what I'm talking about if I say the big O. Not that. Osteoporosis. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to heal it by not talking about it and not focusing on it. So I'm going to focus.
What was the other word for healing?
Purely on the healing and the
No,
wellness.
you're going to actually reverse it.
Reverse it.
Yeah, that's it.
Going to reverse the bone loss. So I do want to talk to you all about that and what my thought processes are, how that actually came about, because it came about through a past life reading with a friend of ours.
And the shrooms.
And the shrooms, which backed that up. So I'm going to tell you that whole story because it's crazy what's unfolded from that. And that started the 100-day challenge idea. So, and I'm going to run you through that. And if you want to join me, you are most welcome. You don't have to start at the exact same day I am. But I've also got a spreadsheet, of course, because I spreadsheet everything. I've got a spreadsheet. If you want to grab a copy of that, you can leave me a comment down below.
Well, I think it makes
will
sense if
send
you
that
see
to
it
you.
first.
But
So
yes,
yeah.
I'll show you over the coming videos about the 100-day challenge and what I'm doing. And if you want to join, you can.
Yeah. Well, that's a wrap for this one. I think that's enough of a catch up. 5 weeks in a flash.
That's definitely a flash of a lot. And we actually had a house sit in San Miguel in between all
Oh,
of that.
we did too. We had
4 days.
Yeah, I forgot about that. We had this unbelievable home
It was
with
beautiful.
3 of the most energetic dogs. So we went from 2 very slow old boys to 3 rambunctious girls.
Dogs.
These girls were like off the charts.
Oh, really
and,
nice.
and 1 super chill cat.
Very cool.
But the house was awesome, and we got to experience a new part of San Miguel. And I've also taken our friends over for a visit to that new part of San Miguel that I hadn't experienced before. It's where all the murals are, and it's just beautiful.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Very cool. So, yes. All right. Well, you'll see us again tomorrow, and we'll be talking. Well, we'll show you our house. Why don't we do that?
Let's do that.
We'll do that first.
Okay.
Alrighty. See you then.